Hello, my name is Samanaz and welcome to another Samanaz Guide video. Today we're talking about pre-raid gearing for a combat rogue in Wrath of the Lich King. In Wrath of the Lich King, there's two main stat caps that you're going to have to worry about, and the first of them is the poison hit cap of 17% to ensure that your poisons are never resisted against a boss enemy. With Precision Talent 5 out of 5, that's 315 hit rating that you'll need from gear. If you have Precision Talent 5 out of 5 and you have a spell hit debuff like Improved Fairy Fire from a Druid or Misery from a Shadow Priest, you'll only need 237 hit rating to reach this cap. The second important cap is the expertise cap of 6.5%. Combat rogues will have the weapon expertise talent, giving them 2.5%. Orcs using fist or axe weapons get a 1.25% bonus, and humans using sword or mace weapons get a 0.75% bonus. That leaves a different expertise rating cap depending on if you're an orc using a fist or axe, human using sword or mace, or any other race combination of either 91, 107, or 132. In this guide, we'll first look at individual item slots and see what the best options are. After that, we'll compare a few different complete gear sets with varying levels of preparation for a pre-raid setup. Each item will be ranked twice, once with a high score when you fully utilize all the hit and expertise on the item. This is the most valuable the item can possibly be for you. The low score is when you are already at your poison hit cap and already capped on expertise. This is the least valuable the item can be for you. You can see here with the range slot options, if you're fully utilizing the 25 hit rating on Spine Slicer, it's your best choice. But if you already are at your poison hit cap from the rest of your gear, you're going to want to use Nesting Wary 4000 or Drake Mounted Crossbow instead. Now, let's get to it with the helms to start with. Definitely the best helmet is the Weakness Spectralizers, which is a bind-on pickup crafted item accessible only to engineers. If you don't have that, your next best option is the Duplicitous Guise from the level 70 raid Sunwell Plateau. This is a very strong helmet, and many of the other options for pre-raid in Wrath of the Lich King don't really come close to it. For necklaces, we have a pretty clear choice with Pendant of the Outcast Hero being the best, and runner-up being the bind-on equipped Titanium Impact Choker, which is a crafted item from Jewel Crafting. For the shoulders, we have the Spaulders of the Careless Thief, which drop from the Nexus Heroic from Grandmaster Telestra. These have a lot of good stats on them for rogue with agility, hit rating, attack power, and a nice open socket for a little bit of stat flexibility. Another good option are the Troll Woven Spaulders. These are a BOE crafted item made by leatherworkers. However, as combat, you have such a low expertise cap that it can be difficult to fit expertise items into your gear set without overcapping expertise. You generally avoid them when you can. For the cloaks, we have Embrace of Sorrow being one of our best options when we need hit chance. But when you don't need hit chance, you're looking at either Cloak of Unforgivable Sin or the Ice Striker's Cloak. For the chest, we have Hero's Bone Scythe Breastplate being very clearly the best, which you can get for 80 Emblem of Heroism. If you're not getting that, the three runner-ups are all pretty similar, with Carapace of Sun and Shadow, a bind-on pickup leatherworking crafted item from Sunwell, Custodian's Chest Piece from Azjul Nerub with a big amount of expertise, and the Crystal-infused Tunic from the Nexus Heroic dropping from Karastraza. For the bracers, we have the Dragon Friend bracers from Wormrest Accord at Exalted being your best option, but the second and third place options of Drake Champion's bracers and Advanced Tooled Leather bands are very close, and also good choices. For the gloves, we have the Hero's Bone Scythe Gauntlets for 60 Emblem of Heroism coming in as the best, and a close runner-up being the Gilt-Edged Leather Gauntlets from Utgard Pinnacle Heroic dropping from King Ymiron. For the belts, we have Jorok's Crocodile Skin Belt coming in as the best option with critical strike rating, expertise rating, a lot of attack power, agility, and an open socket. This comes from 40 Emblem of Heroism and is definitely a good item to buy with your emblems. For the legs, we have a clear winner with the Gored Hide Leg Guards dropping from Galdara in Gundrak Heroic. These are great, a lot of hit, a lot of attack power, 89 agility, very good. And your next best option is the Leggings of the Immortal Knight from Felmist in Sunwell. For the boots of the Never-Ending Path from Argent Crusade Reputation at Exalted are a really strong choice, and there aren't too many options very close to them. For the rings, we've got a lot of options, and of course, you're going to have to pick two of them. We've got Band of the Kirin Tour coming from a vendor for 8,500 gold being the best, and the Hemorrhaging Circle dropping from Galdara in Gundrak Heroic being the next best. If you're not getting either of those, the Ring of Scarlet Shadows, which is a BOE crafted item from Jewel Crafting, is a close runner-up, as well as the Signet of Edward the Odd, which is a BOE world drop. For the range slot, we have a few options, with Spine Slicer being a very good hit option, the Nesting Wary 4000 and the Drake Mounted Crossbow also being very good choices. For trinkets, we have two very clear winners, with the Mirror of Truth for 40 Emblem of Heroism, and the Dark Moon card Greatness, which is crafted from the Nobles deck by the Inscription Profession. Now, if the Brewfest holiday event is going on around the launch of Wrath of the Lich King, we may be able to access the Corrin's Chromium Coaster, which is a replacement for the Mirror of Truth. It may just be easier to get through that holiday event, but it's unclear if that holiday will overlap with the launch of Wrath of the Lich King or not, so we don't know if this will be accessible for your pre-raid set. For the weapons, we have quite a few different options, with Kroll Cleaver, Avul's Sword of Jin, Greed, and Librarian's Paper Cutter being some top choices, and the Warglaive of Azzinoth set together holding strong as well. Exactly which one is the best is going to depend on which race your rogue is. For a human rogue who gets bonus expertise with swords and maces, the Kroll Cleaver and Avul's Sword of Jin comes out on top. For an orc rogue who gets bonus expertise with fist weapons and axes, the Greed plus Librarian's Paper Cutter barely edges out the Kroll Cleaver plus Avul's Sword of Jin setup. For a rogue who's not an orc or not a human, or if you're an orc or human and you're just already over your expertise cap and you're not utilizing that racial bonus, we have a chart like this with Kroll Cleaver, Avul's Sword of Jin on top, Greed, and Librarian's Paper Cutter coming in second, and a bunch of close options as well. So now we've looked at a whole bunch of different individual item slots, but let's look at some complete gear sets. This is a baseline setup that includes no bind on equip epic items, no items from Emblem of Heroism, no tier 7, no items from Sunwell, and no items from engineering either. This is a very accessible set for everyone, and we're going to use it as a baseline to compare how we can upgrade it by adding these things we've excluded. First, if we spend a little gold, we can buy a Titanium Impact Choker, Ice Striker's Cloak, Band of the Kirin, Dark Moon card Greatness, Kroll Cleaver, Avul's Sword of Jin, and 2 Berserking enchants, and add a really solid 321 DPS. The majority of that DPS gain comes from the Dark Moon card Greatness and the Berserking enchant. The other items, even those weapons, are not super big upgrades over what we have in the baseline set. If we add Emblem of Heroism items like Pendant of the Outcast Hero, Jorok's Crocodile Skin Belt, or the Mirror of Truth, we get another solid increase of about 150 DPS, and in this case, most of that comes from the Mirror of Truth item is very strong. If we add the tier 7 items that you can gain from Emblem of Heroism, the Hero's Bone Scythe Breastplate and the Hero's Bone Scythe Gauntlet, we get a good gain of about 100 DPS. If we add Engineering Profession, we can pick up the Weakness Spectralizers, the Flex Weave Underlay, the Hyperspeed Accelerator's Glove Enhancement, and the Nitro Boost's Boot Enhancement, which adds a solid 69 DPS. If we add items from Sunwell Plateau, that gives us quite a lot of options, with Duplicitous Guise being a good pickup, the Cloak of Unforgivable Sin from Kil'jaeden, the Slayer's Belt and Boots to access the very powerful 2-piece bonus that increases the haste of our Slice and Dice ability by 5%, and finally we'll use the Blackened Naru Sliver altogether for 124 DPS gain over the baseline set. We add everything available to make a truly perfect pre-raid best in slot setup for a combat rogue. This is what it would look like. We replace almost every item from the baseline setup, save for the Spalders of the Careless Thief, the Gored Hide Leg Guards, and the Hemorrhaging Circle. All this together adds about 737 DPS, and the really big items here are the Mirror of Truth, the Berserking Enchants, and the Dark Moon card Greatness as our biggest single slot upgrades. Here it is all laid out with the gem slots as well. You can see that most of the gems are being used to gain attack power, and we only need a little bit of extra hit rating from the gems to reach our poison hit cap. This gear setup is under the expertise cap no matter what race of rogue you are, and at a pre-raid gear level, a 32 attack power gem is just more valuable than a 16 expertise gem. At higher gear levels, you will want to gear up to the expertise cap as a combat rogue, just not right now. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped inform you on how to gear up your combat rogue for Wrath of the Lich King to be ready for your first raid. Thanks for watching the Simonized Show. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Can't wait for more sweet videos? Links are on screen that you can watch right now. Be sure to join the Discord server and pop by on Twitch to catch me live. Links to both are in the video description. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.